If you guys have any questions you want me to answer while we're doing this, just go ahead and send them, and Donovan will give them to me. All right, so over the last couple of weeks, I've been asking you in Facebook land to, and on the podcast, to give me questions or comments or concerns you want me to address. And for the last 3 weeks, it's been going well. I've been getting quite a few things to talk about. And so today I'm going to do the same thing. Hey, Al, it says looking good with your... Well, thank you. All right, so... some of you guys who follow me on Facebook saw that I posted a video a couple days ago by a guy by the name of, he calls himself Mitchell Nkrumah. Nkrumah Speaks. I'll probably jack that all up, but his name is Mitchell anyway. And so he has this channel that people follow or whatever the case is, and he speaks on a plethora of issues in the black community. Well, this particular video that he spoke about basically asked the question as to what can we hold black women accountable for? And I'll go ahead and read some of the questions that he asked. Some of the questions he asked were, he actually was making statements. And he said, we can't hold you accountable for what you wear. We can't hold you accountable for dealing with a dude that doesn't take care of his kids. So basically he's saying, you women deal with men who already have kids that they're not taking care of. So he's saying we can't hold you accountable for that. He also says we can't hold you accountable for wanting to deal with bad dudes. We can't hold you accountable for taking dudes to child support just because he doesn't want to deal with you anymore. Hey, Quinn, how are you? He also says, because he said a lot. He says we can't even hold you accountable for being women anymore because of the whole sexist thing. Oh, well, that's sexist if you expect a woman to cook. Oh, that's sexist if you expect a woman to, do this, that, and the other that women used to do. And so he's like, what can we hold you accountable for? Now, I won't say that it created a firestorm on my page, but there were quite a few of opinions that kind of went forth, and they were differing opinions. And I just labeled it, put the video up, and I said, preach, because I, as a black woman, I agree with him. But instead of making this one-sided, I thought, why don't we ask each other, what can we hold each other accountable for? Because, we don't want to get into making it seem like we're bashing black women, because we know we do see that quite a bit. And we also see it on the other hand, black women bashing black men. And I also like to say, in no one else's race do you see that take place. Hear it, see it, any of that kind of stuff. You don't see any other race bashing each other. If they do, they probably keep it indoors, behind closed doors. They don't air their dirty laundry out for the whole world to, say, wow, that's a black man talking bad about this black woman. Or that's a black woman talking bad about this black man, and so we need to, ask ourselves, what can we hold each other accountable for? Or are we just supposed to just say, well, that's the way it is. Let me just mind my business and keep on going. So I don't see any comments on here. So I'll start with you, Donovan. What?
Yes.
I know you just can't wait to see.
I can't wait.
But, I know this is a topic that's near and dear to your heart.
Because I've been saying it for how many years?
I've been saying this for a long time, that, there's basically nothing that you as a black man, I guess you can say to black women without them. I mean, hell, you was in Houston not too long ago, and you made a comment saying wherever you were, the black women had attitudes.
Yeah.
Their fists were balled up, and you just didn't understand what the problem was. So what do you see needs to be changed?
Well, what needs to be changed, in my opinion, is the stigma of a strong, independent black woman, because that is not true.
Okay.
And it's not true by the literal definition. You can't be strong and independent in raising these young girls in the projects on Section 8, and you're putting that in their head because it's confusing them. And this diva attitude that we teach, that shit's not cute.
Okay.
It's just not cute. So if you're asking me, what can I hold the black woman accountable for in today's thing? Just like you said, nothing. Because
nothing?
Well, I mean, there's a lot I can say.
But it's not going to be well received.
Exactly.
Hey, Hannah, and you say he's correct in that if a man critiques a black woman, he is attacked. Well, no, and you know what? I agree with you guys. I totally agree. And Billy, hey Billy, you said I agree with him on that point. So it is you, since there's only men on here right now, and so it's you. Well, I guess that's what we're just gonna deal with until some women come on here.
But then right there, there's
Yeah.
only men on it. So you got a lot of men that are willing to listen and work the problem. Where are the women? Oh, I don't want to hear that. Ain't gonna do it. Girl. Oh, you against us?
Billy says you ain't independent living in the project. Hey, Richard, you say facts, so they're agreeing with you. Listen, I'm not disagreeing. I think that you guys should be able to hold us accountable without us getting an attitude. Now, I just want to play devil's advocate. And Al, he says, how about holding people accountable by saying, why keep asking me what can I hold you accountable? Yeah, I mean, and then Billy says, government helping you out. Wow. Ooh, I think I opened up a can
Yes,
of worms
you did.
here. Okay.
Very touchy. Very touchy.
I will say this, just to play devil's advocate a little bit. I think a lot of black women feel attacked to some degree. Maybe it's the black women who aren't necessarily doing those things. Maybe it's the black women who feel like you can. Donovan's cat is going ham in here on the green screen.
Hold on. I'm gonna get him. Hold on.
I'm scared he's gonna jump in my weave or something. But I mean, some black women, I think they feel attacked, and so, because and I think a lot of you men, you can see, you can admit that you see it too. You see a lot of posts just dragging a black woman down, and I'm not saying some of it is not warranted, but sometimes it's a bit much. And so, as a black woman, I'm saying you can hold me accountable. I think we should be able to hold each other accountable. I mean, I guess it's all about delivery as well.
Yes.
If you're telling me, well, maybe if you wouldn't wear your dress so tight, then maybe dudes wouldn't be looking at you. Now, that's true. But then that also, gives the connotation that, you shouldn't be able to wear whatever you want. That I see. Y'all should see the look on Donovan's face. Just because a woman wears, something that's less than, that still doesn't give a man the right to become ungentlemanlike.
Okay, that's true. Now, Are you saying her man or just men in general?
Okay, that's a good question. I'm glad you said that. Her man. I feel like, especially if you have a man, you should have no problem with your man holding you accountable. Because that's what he's supposed to do. If he sees you, and I'm just using a dress because it's easy. If he sees you walking out the house, in a dress that's kind of attention grabbing, yeah, he should be able to say to you, I'm going to need you to go and change that. Put something on, a little bit longer or looser or whatever the case is. And Al says, how about saying I can't hold you accountable if your bank account is in the negative? Well, I mean, if your bank account is in the negative, that sounds like a personal problem. Just don't ask me for a loan.
Yeah, I don't think he has that problem.
No, I don't spend what I don't have.
No. I said Al's making the money, so you ain't got to worry about that.
Okay. Billy says, how you dress isn't a part of it. And Hannah says, every day, I think you mean, I see many memes, a real man, blank, wear a tattoo. Yeah, absolutely. And some people I've heard a lot of people ask, or seen a lot of people ask, what is a real man? What constitutes a real man? Because I do, to your point, I do see a lot of women say that. Oh, a real man gonna do this. A real man will do that. And I think some of it is it's interpreted that a real man is going to let me just run roughshod all over the place, do and say whatever I want to say to him. You guys should see Donovan running around the studio trying to chase this cat. And then Richie says, we live in a world where self-respect is defined by what morals you have. No, absolutely. I mean, self-respect is so important. It's almost like, well, it's not almost, it is. You can't really expect people to respect you if you don't respect yourself. And then let's see, Billy says, it's how you carry yourself when you are dressed in that way. I agree. I mean, even if she's carrying herself as a lush, as just a wayward woman, as a man, a gentleman, it still shouldn't make a man come unglued and say, well, shoot, if she's acting like a hoe, I'm going to go treat her like a hoe. I mean, that doesn't make it right. And so as far as, holding a woman accountable for how she dresses, I think Donovan made a good point in that if it's your woman, yeah, hold her accountable for how she's dressing. Now, I always say this to men. If you see women, like you have all these, you got busted a sweat chasing the cat down.
Yeah, he's in jail.
like a lot of times you see on, Instagram and all these other things, these women who, and a lot of people have started to take black women to task. See a lot of black women, not just black women, but I'm speaking from black women's point of view, on Instagram and all these other social media sites where they're half naked and all this other stuff.
Booty
model.
model.
Booty model. Well, my thing is, if you men start to shun that behavior, then I think it'll stop. It'll start to come to a halt. But as long as there are men, and I'm not saying you guys, but as long as there are men out there who are, ooh, look at that, liking it all, baby, this, that, and the other, in the inbox, DMs, or whatever
Thirsty.
they call it, being thirsty, they're going to do that. But if you guys just start saying, you know what, I see you, but I don't see you, that means nothing to me. Any woman that I'm trying to be with is not going to come from an Instagram booty model or any of that kind of stuff. So no, that's how you can hold that type of woman accountable, but just not giving her the attention that she's looking for. And then Al says, why don't people worry about themselves? My grandpa was the only real man. Indeed, your grandfather was a real man. I think some people will beg to differ with the word only. And again, what is a real man? Because a lot of people have asked, what is a real man? All right, and then so Billy says, we get caught up in what we think real man/woman is about from society. Get what you can handle and like. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily know what a real woman is. I think if you can touch me, then I appear to be real, but people try to draw that line. A real woman, let's say, what do people say a real woman does?
Have kids?
A real woman, goes to work every day. A real woman takes care of her kids. A real woman, takes care of her man. A real woman is about her business or whatever the case. So I do hear those kind of things. So I don't know if that makes you real or what.
So I got a comment here.
You got a comment?
Yeah,
Okay.
a young some chick is saying, men are too critical. Express yourself, girls. See, this is the kind of stuff. That's what I'm talking about. She's not listening to what we're saying.
She says men are too critical. Express yourself, girls.
She's not getting the message. She's throwing a hashtag out, basically, or a
So
slogan.
can you ask her what that means? Well, what does it mean, expression? Because nobody is saying. See, and that's the thing. I think we need to get very clear on. And since we're just you fellas and I, and the young lady who made the comment, I think we need to get clear on what it means to express yourself. You can express yourself all you want, but just not at the detriment of other people. Like if you're in a relationship, you can only express yourself so much before your man says, I need you to just tone down. I need you to tone down the extent of yourself. But if you can get her to clarify,
Sure.
I mean, I don't exactly know what it means to express yourself.
Can you please clarify what the fuck you just said?
Oh, see, you got to be nice about
Oh,
it.
sorry. Joking.
Okay, and so Al says, Alexander O'Mill said he was an all-true man. Okay,
There you
well,
go.
what is that?
Yes. Read the lyrics of that song.
I'm going to have to. And Hannah says, if you walk into a room full of females and yell, bitch, only the bitches will be offended. Women will ignore the statement. So the offended women are usually guilty. No, I agree with that. I don't know what that's about nowadays, where, women are, hey, bitch. Or
They calling themselves
but
bitches.
I do agree with you. I mean, if a woman walked into the room and yelled, bitch, I'm going to look, but I'm not going to get offended or respond or who are you talking to? I'm just going to shake my head like, wow. And so, Richard, you say, I tell my female friends to master your home first, then conquer the world. Slash your goals. No, absolutely. Hey, Shauna, another woman has joined us. No, absolutely. Absolutely. And that goes for anything. You can't be a master of anything until you master self. And then your home environment, and then you go outward that way. But yeah, I always say this, when you're taking advice from people, consider the source. Because there's a lot of women out there, and no shade to the young lady who made the comment about express yourself. There's a lot of women out there tell you to express yourself. But, what does that mean? You giving me this advice, but you're not giving me the backstory to it. A lot of people, not just women, but a lot of people will tell you what to do in your relationships, but they ain't got no relationship. Yeah, Al, I said, ain't got no. So, I mean, you have to master self first. You have to. If you don't do that, it's just a lost cause. And so, in regards to holding each other accountable, I mean, I think we should be able to do that. Like my dad always says, he says, a woman worth her weight will impose demands upon her man. Now, you know how many times I've said that around and to some women, and they're like, or even to men. and men especially. Well, shouldn't a woman be demanding anything, and all this other stuff? And I'm like, well, it's not like, go take out the trash, you do this, you do that. It's to me, the demands are more like expectations. There are things I expect of you as my man, and I'm sure there are things you expect of me as your woman.
So you're basically saying when you meet a guy and he doesn't have a job, you shouldn't expect him to have a job later on down the road.
Well,
if you've accepted him, you know what I mean?
Well, no, yeah. If you accepting a person like that,
you shouldn't have any greater expectation. I mean, you should, but
yeah, you can have. Listen, people are down on their luck all the time, but. I see what you're going through right now, but I do expect for you to get a job. Like, I don't expect for you to make, expect
Tens
for
of
me to
thousands,
take care of you for the rest of your life. I mean,
but a lot of women fall into that. They think,
and then they be mad as hell afterwards because
right.
he's sitting on this couch playing PlayStation all day.
Right. Here's the response to that young lady. She says, men have been absent in their kids' lives and are deadbeats. Girls got to do it for themselves. Okay. I like
if y'all heard that, give a thumbs up. If y'all heard what Donovan said.
Right. Now, I like what she's saying because that's her opinion. But notice that had nothing to do with the question. It's a deflection. And,
Can you read that again?
Yes. Men have been absent in their kids' lives and are deadbeats. Girls got to do it for themselves. That's a deflection. She gone to the playbook because that has had nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Well, I mean, I don't know who this is, but I mean, I guess that's her opinion, but...
And it's a good opinion.
It's a good opinion, but...
It's going to the left.
It's going to the left, and it's this blanket, and I'm going to get you guys to comment. It's this blanket statement about men are deadbeats. Now, I'm not saying there's never a case where you get with a guy, and I'm just speaking from her terms of talking about men. You get with a guy, and I think I'm trying to phrase this. I think a lot of women get with a guy with good intentions, thinking that he has good intentions.
Wow, if I'm with Ray Ray and Pookie, and I know he's
said a lot.
Okay,
I didn't say all.
Okay.
See, I said a lot.
Okay.
But there are some times where women know exactly who they're getting with. Like this guy Mitchell said. He said, he had 2 kids already that he wasn't taking care of. And then now you with him and then y'all got a kid and he ain't taking care of the kid. Why are you shocked? And so... I would just say to her, not all men are deadbeats, and I think we need to delve a little bit deeply into the relationships between men and women. And I see your comments. Like Mitchell also said, he says a lot of times...
No, I'm saying look into the audience. Yeah.
A lot of times...
look into your audience.
A lot of times, like he said, women are bitter because the man doesn't want them anymore, and so then they end up in child support and all this other stuff. I mean, oh my God. But thank you for the comment, though. All right, so let me go back because I think she ignited a firestorm. All right. So Hannah says, all people can teach. Some teach what to do, others what not to do.
Sure.
Absolutely. And Al says, hey, Donovan, I think you and D have a lot of Cardi B female listeners. Trying to get us in trouble. Shauna says they should probably just be friends if you don't have your stuff together. No, absolutely. It's like you want somebody to bring something to the table.
Sure.
I think you do. I mean, what you bringing to the table, okay, that's negotiable, but you were bringing just yourself.
And a fork.
Right, yourself and a fork is like, okay.
You brought the fork, spoon, and a napkin, but no entree.
No lettuce, no...
Nothing.
Okay. So, yeah, I agree with you, Shauna. Let's be friends until we can figure out if this is something we need to do. My dad says, the courting process is dead. People don't court anymore. It's just like, hey, you're cute, you're fine. All right, let's jump in the sack. Oops, we got a baby. You know what? I don't like you, and I don't like you either. And then they try to figure out everything in between time when they should have been getting those questions answered in the beginning. And then Hannah, you said, you're not doing it for self if the government... for anything. She's a deadbeat too. The hell.
Thank you. I wish more women with sense, just like that, would stop co-signing on this lie that is out there. Because a lot of these young girls who are inexperienced,
right?
My mama says, they don't research it. They're like, okay, well, this has got to be true because my mama says so.
Right.
No, it's not true. So thank you for that comment.
I agree, Hannah.
Yeah, thank you. Woo! Yes.
I'm not laughing because it's not true. I'm laughing because I felt how appalled you were just through the screen. Like, what the hell?
Right, because if a majority of these young girls start thinking like that,
I'm independent.
What does it make the older? I mean, we're already getting stereotyped as a group.
Right.
So if these young girls are delusional, I'm going to think these older women are delusional too.
Well, who was it that made the comment? I think it was Hannah who made the comment about, teaching and all of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that was funny.
That was good.
Billy says white men are deadbeats too. Okay, let me just piggyback off that comment. White men are the original deadbeat baby daddies.
And lazy.
I mean, who was they when they was creeping up into the slave quarters? You think they were saying, "Here, Big Bessie, I'm gonna leave you a check because I just dropped off 10 kids in the last 5 years over here, so I'm gonna leave you some money and some, whatever was valuable to slaves back then." Nah, he, got in and got out. So the white man is the original deadbeat baby daddy. I mean, if you ask me, it's not just black men. And, black men get unrightfully stereotyped as the deadbeat baby daddies. I mean, statistically speaking, black men are in their lives more and just as much as anybody. So don't believe the hype on that. And then Shauna says, men are not deadbeats. Laugh out loud. And Al says, don't call a man a deadbeat if you F off your child support check at the mall.
Yes. Amen, brother. Amen. The man's a genius. Yes.
Oh my God. No,
I'm telling you. That's real talk right there.
I think y'all trying to get me in trouble. Y'all trying to get me excommunicated from the women. Yeah, and then Shauna says, exactly. And Richard, you says, how about running a thorough check on who you're sleeping with? Signs are always always there. No, absolutely. But again, like my dad said, the courting process is null and void. People don't even do it no more. My dad explains to me all the time, when people were courting, let's go to your family house. We'll go to my family house. You can see what the mama's like, the daddy's like.
You can see what you're getting into.
Yeah,
right.
But, real talk. And you can see if they get along with the parents, who they come from. Because normally where they come from is probably who they are.
Right. My mama always told me, you want to see how the girl's going to turn out 8 times out of 10? You look at her mama.
Really?
Yeah, so if the mama gets all big and she was
my brother always says
she was the prom queen back in the day, but after a couple of kids, things could change, different genetics. Now you guys had a beautiful mom, so I can see why you guys are the way you are. I mean, it's like, oh, okay, I can see that.
I work out a lot too.
Well, yeah, but you still got the natural beauty and stuff like that. But that's a true statement. You should go. These guys should be going to the parents, but guess what?
Yeah, and that goes for everybody. Everybody should be checking out who this person potentially will be to you. So that's why when you see a lot of women say, oh, he's a deadbeat, it's like, what? Somebody said the signs were, Richard, the signs were there. You just thought, well, he's cute, he got swag, or she's got this big old booty.
Well, okay, let's say the guy is a deadbeat. Okay. What does that say about you if you picked him?
I agree. It says that you have a poor selection process.
Right.
I mean,
you
I
laid
totally
down
agree.
with the deadbeat.
I agree.
Right.
And so Hannah says we get held accountable all the time. Child support, court, public opinion, media,
yes,
everybody
it's
says
sad.
we ain't shit. No, I agree. And so if you guys can see some of the comments on the post that I did in regards to the guy Mitchell, when he says, what can we hold you guys accountable for?
There was a whole
Man.
people were writing paragraphs.
Yeah, and I'm like, I mean, he didn't say men weren't held accountable.
Right.
He was just saying, what can we hold black women accountable
Well, and see,
for?
that's another thing, how they turn it around. This is a black man speaking and saying about women. Like you said, he didn't say, don't hold men accountable.
Right.
But that isn't what he's talking about. He's talking about women.
Right. And oh my God. It came off the hinges a little bit. I was like, wow. I think some of us are kind of proven right a little bit, And then so Richard says, if these young women, he said women's, and then in parentheses he put women, stop taking advice from rappers and reality TV, we will start to see a change.
Oh my God, amen. Amen.
Absolutely. And that's honestly where a lot of people are shaping, a lot of this younger generation. I've never seen so many fraudulent housewives of Atlanta running around. I mean, you see these women, playing with the hair, and they dress to the nines. It's like, where are you going? I'm going to the grocery store.
Right, and they do nothing but go to parties and gatherings.
Parties, yeah. And so you're right. A lot of that stuff shapes the opinions. I mean, especially if you have a mom or a dad, because it's not just the women, but a mom or a dad who is not teaching you anything and they're asleep at the wheel. these children start watching this stuff and they think that's who I'm supposed to be. Kerry Washington, ooh, she got it going on. She's strong. She powerful. She, this, that, and the other.
She's a side chick for the white guy.
But yeah, they're not going to see that. They're going to see she's strong, independent, and powerful. She's running things, and then let's see. Shauna says, oh my God, I did not like the comment section. Yeah, you saw it. He said he said what he said, which was not wrong. Yeah, so I was like, how did we get off the rails here?
Right.
How did this go wrong?
See, and this goes back to what I was saying about like Tommy Sotomayor, and I'm not trying to pop him on the show here. What I'm saying is that guy on that thing, he's talking to other men,
right?
But yet, there's nothing wrong with women making a comment, but they make the wrong comment. He's like, wait a minute, we aren't talking. He's trying to hold men accountable to what we're selecting.
I agree, but yeah, that just woo. And then so let's see. And then he said, but the comment section was full of foolishness. Now you're talking about his actual comment section, which I did go look at. And it was just a lot of back and forth, finger pointing and this, that, and the other. Some of it was just some silliness too, but it's like, I was like, clearly nobody was listening to what the guy, I mean, the video was only a minute long, right. But people extracted things that I don't even think he was saying.
What I got out of it was, instead of making a comment, take in what he said, look at yourself, and see if that applied to you.
Right. Well, I guess apparently it was like a deflection section. Like, nope, they don't apply to me. Right. It applies to you. Right. Right. And Al says, American good men out here doing the right thing. We don't have to stay with their mom and take care of our kids. We don't need you because there's always new pussy that's better.
Yes. Testify, brother. Testify.
Moving right along.
Cardi B. It's sad.
So Cardi B.
That's what she does. I'm just ratchet. I want to be pretty for my little girl fans.
Y'all should see this fool over here. And Richard says, we live in a generation where correction equals hate.
Yes.
I can't say that. What can I say to you? What can I say to you that will not get me the daggers from the eyes or damn near get my wig pulled off or, any of that kind of stuff? What can I say to you? I mean, how did it get there? And then Hannah said, our relationships were shaped by music too. We just had better music. Stevie Wonder, Marvin, Phyllis, music shaped us. Yeah, no, I agree. And it's funny because I was talking to Terry and Cecilia Beard. They actually called me today, and we talked for about a half an hour or so, just about different things that we always talk about. And he mentioned music. He mentioned that the music nowadays is just, I mean, like you said, the music we listen to shaped us. But gosh, have y'all heard some of the stuff they listen to? I mean, some of it is inaudible. You don't know what they're saying. But the stuff you can hear is like, really? Yeah,
mumble rap, and they're rapping in, men are rapping in bride's dresses and stuff. So
yeah, this dude is married to the game, and he got a bride's dress on with pink and purple pigtails. It's wow.
Obviously, he didn't have a father in his life, because there's no way a real man is going to. You come to me and talk about a real man. Right. Yeah, you're going to come to me and tell me, oh, yeah, I think this would be cool to be in the video. Motherfucker, are you crazy? I'm trying to live thug life and try to be hard. You want me to put me in a dress.
A wedding dress on top of that.
Give me a break.
And then Shauna says, yes, I really felt this was not productive. Yeah, I mean, I think what he was trying to say was valiant, but at the end of the day, it was just a bunch of just...
They were proving him right. Yeah, they were proving him right. At the end of the day, the women fell into the trap and were proving him right.
It was women, but there were men too, who were trying to, I guess, browbeat the women into hearing what he was having to say. Either you're going to hear it or you're not going to say it. Plain and simple, And then you said, it seemed like it made black men and women further divided. Yeah, I agree. I spent maybe 5 minutes in that comment section. I was like, wow. People really were not listening. How did it get there?
I want to see the new post you put up about women sitting on Pretty.
Oh, I tagged you in it. I didn't post it.
Okay, you didn't post that.
I tagged Donovan in this video where the man was saying, we're tired of the pretty women. Basically y'all playing with your hair and I'm cute, I'm this, I'm a bad bitch. He said, y'all wonder why, which I don't know how true it is, but he says, y'all wonder why ugly women are winning.
And it's true. It's true.
Well, I don't know. I mean, beauty and
body holder. So whatever it means is ugly. But what I'm saying is, like, let's say you're just a plain chick, or or you're the real chick. I think
that's what he meant.
Yeah. They're winning. They are, and they're keeping their man. They're in successful marriages. Not, I'm not stereotyping everybody, but in general, yeah, they're winning.
Yeah, because he says you got to be able to bring more to
the table than
relationship
pretty.
just you being
Right.
pretty, and I agree. And Billy says he does a pretty good. He said you do a pretty good Cardi B.
Thank you. I'm waiting for Hollywood to call.
Yeah, he's a pretty good impressionist.
Yeah.
And then you say his music is so crazy. I think you meant her music is so crazy. And then Shawnee says they heard what they wanted to hear and seems on both sides. Yeah. And it just went just
left.
all over the place. And then Henry says plain women are married. True indeed. You know, and that's the thing is like, I mean, I remember my mom putting on some lipstick and, you know, getting cute for my dad and all that other stuff. But I never remember her walking around, you know, just gussied up all the time and talking about how fine she was, how big my booty is, and I'm this and I'm that, and I'm this and I'm that, and girl, I never heard, my mom was of substance.
Yeah, or it was a constant maintenance situation.
Yeah,
She's
you know,
in constant maintenance.
Right, like, you know, your daddy better be happy he with me because I'm fine. I never heard her talk like that. I think, you know, beauty comes from within. You ain't got to be doing all of that. You know, hell, I got on a baseball tee and some leggings right now.
And Al was here. He make you go in the house and put something else on.
Lying. And Al, you say, now my stepdad was, oh gosh, I'm scared to read it. My stepdad was a real deadbeat. He called me 1 year for my birthday. Just said I should have left you on the sheets.
Oh, man.
I didn't say, hey, this is Al. He then said, my bad, I thought you was my real son. And then he hung up the phone.
Oh, man.
I'm just going to start glossing right over your shit.
Yeah.
Just gonna start glossing.
There you go. There you go.
So anyway, I just figure we should be able to hold everybody, each other accountable. You know, just stop getting mad. You know, because a lot of times, and I'm just going to speak from a woman's point of view. You do hear a lot of black women saying, you know, black men don't want us. They talk bad about us, or they, you know, with this woman, that woman. But it's like most of these brothers are trying to tell us what they want to see. You know, what would be helpful, and you ain't talking to me. You ain't my daddy. Oh, my daddy can talk to me like that, and if he was my daddy, he wouldn't be able to talk to me like that either.
Who wants to deal with all that? I'd rather just walk away.
Too bad you better love me for who I am.
I'd rather walk away.
You rather walk away?
I'd rather walk
away. You
away.
wouldn't want to put up with what you're supposed to do?
Because I have to choke your ass out. I would have to choke you out. I would. I'm serious. I don't mean that. I'd have to choke you out.
Yeah, that would be too much for you.
It'd just be too much.
You just have to walk away?
I'd have to walk away.
Who sang that song? Gotta walk away from love?
David Ruffin.
Yeah, gotta
walk away right from love.
Gotta walk away.
Gotta walk away.
Right, so...
You know that I love you.
Al says, t-shirt and leggings, baby. Oh, my damn pants are... Anyway, let's moving on.
Hey, don't worry, Al. If I see her in something I don't think she should be in, I'll definitely give you the text.
He will. And Richard says, it hurts to hear about the things you know you should be doing. What people don't understand is the truth/correction is it's supposed to make you feel good.
Yes.
It's supposed to make you feel, make you better. Let's see. Bump feeling good on a downward spiral. I'd rather be corrected than live in error. Yeah. But see, back in the day, we could do that with each other. You know, sister, that's a nice dress. I mean, I haven't been to church in a while, but the times that I was going to church back in the day, you would see somebody coming in a dress that's like, did you mean to come to church in that dress?
Coming to get a husband.
But back in the day, the ushers would be like, nah, baby, Listen, you go on into that choir room, get you a choir robe, or get you one of these moo-moos to put on, but you would not come into the house of the Lord like this. But nowadays, people are so afraid, well, you know, we need to get all the saints in the church, and we don't want to offend anybody to come on in, and then, you know, hopefully she'll get the word.
Yep. If you're homosexual, whatever, come on in. You're a underage teen with another baby, come on in.
Right. So, yeah, just, you know, and then they usher them all the way through the church, and everybody sees it. And so it's like, yeah, you're right. We should be to the point where we can take correction, but like, okay, yeah, it kind of hurts a little, but you're right. You know, and Shauna says maybe some of their approach is wrong. Laugh out loud at Donovan. Yeah, Donovan is a bona fide fool. No, and always, it's about how you approach people in a situation. It's to me that's always going to be the case. It's delivery.
Okay.
You can tell me that's a, maybe that dress is not something you should be wearing. Without saying, oh, you look like a hoe. Donovan's always telling me, look at this camera. I'm so used to talking to him. So anyway, I'm going to take the comments regarding that, and I'm going to move along to our next question, which kind of goes along with this. And this came from Billy. And Billy says, is it a good idea for women to teach their daughters that it's okay to use their bodies to get what they want? Now, he put a video on my wall. It was about some, she's a sugar baby is what she was called. She's an older sugar baby. She's like 35 or something. Typically, sugar babies are young women, and these old cats with money buy them to do whatever, and they give them a lot of money, pay for college cars and all this other stuff. Well, so this was a black lady.
Simp.
And she said that she's made about $1 million in sugaring, is what she called it.
Go ahead. Sorry.
She's made about $1 million in sugaring.
Liar.
She's had like $100,000 worth of work done, and all this stuff is paid for by sugar daddies. That's what she's saying.
She's lying.
And so in the video, she had her daughter. She had two daughters there, and one daughter's like, "Oh yes, I don't think any." The girl couldn't have been no more than 8, and she's saying, "I don't think anything's wrong with that." Sugar. I consider him like Santa Claus.
Yeah, we need a lot of whores out there, so please keep raising them.
Well, I mean, she was agreeing with her mom because that's what she was raised on. And she says, he always buys us stuff and there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Basically, she wants to do it when she gets older.
Right. Now, think about what I've always said. You are a product of your environment. If you don't know better, you won't do better.
Oh, absolutely. And so that's the question. I mean, I know the short answer to that. But should women be teaching their daughters, use what you got to get what you want?
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Why is it that at a certain age, women realize they have something of value?
Like?
Their body.
Okay.
And then they use that to an advantage. I mean, when does that usually, happen when they say, oh my God, I got something that's...
Well, we talked about this last week, I think it was, where a lot of women and girls just... they become aware of their body because a lot of times outside influences like men make them aware of their body, whether it's a comment or something happened to them. They realize, wow, I got this and that and people want it. So some women are like, well, hell, I'm going to capitalize off of it.
I'm sitting on a gold mine.
I'm sitting on a gold mine. Absolutely. And so let me get back to you guys' other comments. Oops. Okay, Al says, back in the day, my baby mama tried to manipulate me with sex. I said, I don't want your funky... I said, I want Whataburger, which is better. You know what? I swear, Al. And then Shauna says, not at all. Hannah says, no, it isn't. Whatever price you get is worth what you give. I have 3 daughters. And you say, it isn't what you give. Got it. And so, yeah, I know, I agree. I mean, I would definitely not tell my daughter, yeah, go on and use them, girl.
No, Deanna's she wants her money. She wants her money.
If she has to shanky, she gonna get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Richard says, clueless hoes, excuse my language, always have the best / worst advice. Yeah, and there's a lot of people lining up to listen to him. Yeah, somebody mentioned Cardi B earlier, Al and Donovan, but you got girls, some women listening to him, and so. You look, if you're asleep at the wheel and you weren't raised, with any value, you think, well, damn, Cardi B, shoot, she got this big old booty and all this, and she ain't really talking about nothing but, her body and all this licking her tongue out and, all this loud talking, that's getting her, what she needs.
The sad thing is, I'm gonna put this up on our video, and I'm gonna show you Cardi B doing her stripper work. And I'm not talking about like graphic, nasty stuff, but I'm going to show you if these people would show their daughters what this girl had to do.
Oh, to get to where
she's at.
But a lot of people don't see a problem with that. And then and then Al says, that's the question. My stepdaddy was the original sugar daddy, especially with all that wax he had built up in his ears. Oh my God. Okay. And then Billy says, I know women who got over $500,000 from a lot of men, in a certain amount of time, so it's not impossible. No, I bet it's not impossible, but damn.
She must have been in Utah or someplace where there's nothing but white guys.
Did she say what she was doing?
Yeah, because they say statistically, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I've read some things, and they say the average cost, and don't get mad at me, this is what I heard.
Hey, I ain't gonna get mad.
A black woman is worth $5.
Huh? Where the hell did you get this information?
$5 because of just dealing with women. Just the stigma of it. It brings their value. It's like a stock. It's like a stock option.
Also, black women are worth $5.
$5
to who though? That's the question.
In which to where you get it, and to me, I would have to agree with that to a point.
Ooh, you better watch out.
No, to a point, because you add the weave and stuff like that. They're very expensive, but. All the other stuff that, all the fakeness.
We maybe need to do some Wednesday because I'm interested in how black women are deduced to $5.
$5.
Hey, Benny, what's happening? You said, saw that video you posted and the woman that kept overlooking the entire point the brother was making and instantly became offended by a brother raising the fact that some women have put themselves, above accountability and the only black man can be put up for examination. No, absolutely. And I know who you're talking about. And it's like, you missed the whole entire point of what he was saying. I mean, he just was saying, what can we hold you accountable for? I mean, you would think that somebody would have answered the question.
According to her, nothing.
Yeah, because she kept pointing the fingers at
nothing.
men.
Obviously, nothing.
It's the man.
Raise the kids better. No, don't tell me how to do that. You don't need no weave. Don't tell me what I gotta wear. What can we hold you accountable for? Obviously, nothing.
They
nothing. Right. For my man. Oh, we can hold you. She made him rob that store. Come on. Please.
Donovan is on one. You said BBD said never trust a big butt and smile, but yet here we are shaking my head. Well, see, then that's where the ball is in your court, men. Y'all stop falling for the okie doke. What's behind that big old booty? A lot of times nowadays it's silicone.
And I can talk from recent experience. Not that I fell for it because D knows that I ain't taking no shit. But I had to take the bitch to court to hold her accountable. You know what I mean?
You got your
True
money.
Story though. True story, right? True story, right?
True story.
She thought I had a big butt and a smile. I'm gonna get away with it. No, not with me. That ain't gonna happen.
You
I held her accountable.
Yes, you did.
I made her accountable.
Hannah says, actually, that line of thinking works out in the man's favor. $100 to have sex is easier than dates averaging 4 to 7 dates at $100 each, plus the time. So it's dumbass advice to give.
Benny?
No, that's Hannah.
Hannah.
No, I mean that's true, but I mean that is the ideology of some women that hey. I give it to you for $100. So what you gonna do for me? And all?
Yeah, I was watching MSNBC To Catch a Predator. Mm-hmm. You had these young black girls. Unfortunately, they were selling it for like $60. $60 on back pages or whatever it was.
Lord,
it's just sad. $60.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty high too. I'm just saying.
Benny, you said actually any strong man or woman that can accept both compliments and criticism graciously, because they understand it takes both the sun and the rain for a flower to grow. Now, absolutely, and there does have to be a balance. Now, if you're always, it's just like a child. You're always saying you're no good or you're bad, you can't do anything right, then they're kind of going to get turned off by that. But if you balance it with love and correction, then it works out. But I think we're to the point with some people where even if you come in the most loving way, I mean, I've heard a lot of men say, I said hi to a sister and she
fist balled.
Fist was balled up.
As she's walking past you, walking up to you. In Houston. True story.
You said hi to a sister and she had a fist ball.
She had her fist ball and I was like, I had to step two steps to the side, right? I'm still right in Houston. Southern hospitality, it's gone.
Neck of the woods.
It's
and,
gone.
Billy says it's in North Carolina that I see this. Yes, the Hick States has a lot of shit going on.
It's sad. It's sad.
So there's a lot of sugar daddy and sugar baby and all this other stuff going on. I mean, I really just started hearing about the phenomenon. I mean, I guess it's always been going on. But see, the thing is, back in the day, not that I have any experience with this, back in the day, women who were kept, they were just that. They were kept and they kept their mouth shut. They weren't all up on social media and telling everybody, girl, I got this man, he doing this for me, he bought me this Benz and he bought me this and, he's married and all this other stuff. I mean, it's just like, wow. But that's not something I would ever teach my child, that you need to use your body parts to get ahead in life. And then Hannah thought that was funny. Also say, it's the guilt that brings the results. It's the guilt that brings the results. I have to think about that. And the Al says, baby, please read this in its entirety. Oh,
Here we go.
God. Let me go ahead and press the see more button first, because I can already see where this is going. My stepdaddy was a sugar daddy to a sugar mama. But he broke up with her because she was very nasty.